Break, guys. He's managed to turn it over to the quarter. And tighten things up.
And it's sent back. And they'll keep possession. Cousins. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Cousins has got his second bucket.
Oh. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. A three off the inbound. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
And former coach of the year, George Karl, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Rondo, no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Kings have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. To the inside. And there's Cousins. That's good on the assist by Rondo. And that's now 6 points for DeMarcus Cousins. And stolen by Cousins. Nice shot by Rondo.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Green inside the three-point line. And finished off by Bogut.
It took them a while, but finally they take the lid off.
You know, sometimes all it takes is one to get a team going. We'll see if that's the case here.
Here's Thompson. Cannot hit. Great D that time from Rondo. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Kings. Hesby comes in for Cauley Stein. And it's Collison in for McLemore. The Warriors also with a sub. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes.
Shooting just one.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Kings shooting their third free throw shot of the game. And so he hits the technical free throw. Some changes for Sacramento. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Bellinelli comes in for Rudy Gay. And Curry subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Warriors, Spates checked in for Bogut. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Draymond Green.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
And the Kings last year were able to get George Karl to lead the team, a good hire for them. This team did decent under him back in the last half of the season.
Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do, but he can certainly make it happen for them. One of the outstanding coaches in our league. The Kings actually were in it for a while last year, but then had a mini rebuild mid-season.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Warriors trail by 13. To the middle. Here's Iguodala. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Yeah, right,
No,
right,
my goodness.
Right. Yeah, he probably just drone on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Caspi passes to Collison. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Iguodala. And the shot falls short this time. Here's Collison.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
And he's good on the second. Rush dishes to Livingston. Here's Clark. And that's not going to go. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead.
All right, Sacramento, please welcome to the court, America.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. Curry is out there with Ian Clark, and it's Rush in at the 3.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Especially on the three-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws. Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
Bogut drives in. Pulls up on the elbow. Rondo with some nice D. That one a little long.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Violation.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And the Kings making a change here. Curry's checked in. Then for the Warriors, for Brandon Rush. And it's Thompson in for Ian Clark.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. And Golden State also making a change. Ezeli's checked in.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
To the paint. Here's Curry. Good D by Thompson. Kicks it to Ezeli. The 10-footer. Can't get it to go. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. And stolen by Barnes. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
The shot by Curry, no good. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Just a total loss of concentration right there.
And, Greg, if they continue to make those kinds of mistakes, then this game could turn even more south on them, and sour.
Sacramento making a switch here. McLemore is checked in. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Timeout.
You're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Kufis checked in for DeMarcus Cousins.
Costa Kufis.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Warriors trailed by 13. Puts it up from 12. And the Warriors miss again. Kings have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. A shame to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
It's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West. In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Warriors.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Azili. Iguodala comes in for Green. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Thompson for the triple. Cauley Stein grabs the ball.
And, you know, you mentioned the 9 straight years without a playoff appearance for the Kings. Their last trip was in 2006. And since then, they've been rebuilding. That's the second longest playoff drought in the NBA.
Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for the Warriors.
Welcome to the court, America's best dance crew, your Sacramento Kings dance team.
We've got 1:23 left in the first half.
Warriors foul call.
Well, if the Kings do make it back to the playoffs, you know they'll be dangerous. Their fans have been through so much the last few seasons. They really deserve to see a team in postseason contention.
And Kufis drops them both. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
Thompson inside the line. And the Warriors making a change here. Rush is checked in. Here's Curry. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. In the corner, it's McLemore. Iguodala kicks to Livingston. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And, you know, we'll never really know the full details of why Malone was fired, but the effect it had on the team was easy to see. Kings really tailspinned out of control afterwards.
Brandon Rush.
Rush gets the bucket.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Here's Gay. But they get it back. Kufis kicks to McLemore. And that concludes the first half. The Kings on top. They lead by 13. Live from Sacramento, you're watching 2K Sports. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You look at DeMarcus Cousins in this game, he has been everywhere.
I tell you what, though, it's going to be important to see if they can slow him down in the second half, because so far they have not had anybody that can disrupt his rhythm down low.
Well, how about, guys, mixing up the looks? I mean, bump him out a little bit, fronting, doubling, anything to try to get him off his rhythm.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at DeMarcus Cousins in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. Cauley Stein is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Rondo in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
The Warriors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
2 shots.
The Kings making a switch here. Caspy's checked in. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
Here's Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. That's 7 points for Steph Curry.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Warriors took apart the West last season. They went 42-10 against the rest of the conference. The games between them and second place in the West were the same as the games between second place and 8th in the West.
And the Warriors didn't just pick on the little guys. I mean, they had big wins over the top teams in the West. Against the rest of the playoff teams, the Warriors were a whopping 20-5.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for Sacramento. Collison comes in for Ben McLemore.
Darren Collison.
Warriors trailed by 12. Curry with it. He's picked up by Rondo. And there's Bogut on the assist by Curry. And it's 6 points for Bogut.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful. Goodness.
Assisted.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Here's Thompson. And the Warriors get it back.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Quincy Aces checked in for the Kings. And then for Golden State, Azili comes in for Andrew Bogut. And Ian Clark subbed in for Harrison Barnes. AC misses.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Sacramento calls timeout.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Sacramento didn't have a free-flowing offense, and they wanted to get up and down, and it showed in their play transitioning from stagnant to free-flowing.
Sacramento, a team that is likely to put it on the floor to attack. We saw that last year. They have no problem creating with player movement versus ball movement, which is something which is a nice way to kind of begin the transition.
It is, and Kevin, they were dead last in the league in terms of catch-and-shoot field goal attempts. Also near the bottom in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage, so they might have been justified in that.
Kings leading now by 8. Here is Caspi, guarded by Kerr. Caspi with the bucket.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Substitution for the Warriors.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Golden State. Here's Cousins. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the...
There's Green with the 3. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
The Warriors have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. No good on the free throw. Some changes for Sacramento. Kufis checked in for Cousins, and Curry subbed in for Caspi. Golden State also making some changes. Spates checked in for Draymond Green, and it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. Timeout called by the Kings.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Rush. He's checked in for Azili. .131 left to play in the third.
And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014 and proved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
Iguodala with the bucket.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
And Bellinelli kicks to Kufis. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Ooh, and that dunk had some anger to it. I mean, usually he's content to just go up and get the finish with the soft touch.
Not that time. The big man looked like he had something to prove there.
Well, when it comes to finishing ability, he does have something to prove. He's been known to trick some layups here and there. It goes without saying the Warriors set franchise records all over the place with their play. Their win total being the highest ever. But also of note, it was the first time they've won 50 games in back-to-back seasons. They seem to truly have arrived as a top-notch franchise in this current state of the NBA.
That's his first personal foul.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here.
Costa Kufis. Taking 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And some changes here for the Kings. Gay comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And McLemore subbed in for Darren Collison. The Warriors also with a sub. Barbosa's checked in. And he ends up missing both free throws. Warriors trail by 15. It's stolen by McLemore. Curry passes to Kufis. Outside for Curry. This is his first free throw of the game.
That's his 3rd personal foul. Shooting for Sacramento.
And the first one drops.
Seth Curry. Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Curry. Golden State's getting blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Feeds it to Iguodala. And good as it just snugs right down through the net. Iguodala's got 4 points now in the quarter. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Kings lead by 15. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Barnes and Green of the forward set. And it's Bogut in the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular. No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
Thompson misses.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Clearly, they've been outclassed in the paint, really at both ends of the floor.
Bogut kicks to Curry. Back to Green. Launches a three. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Cousins has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And there's the pass to Rondo. McLemore with the ball. Guarded now by Andrew Bogut. That's good. 6 points for Ben McLemore.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Ben McLemore. Anderson Varejau's checked in for the Warriors. Ian Clark comes in for Harrison Barnes. Here's Curry. That's short off the rim. Sacramento leading by 19. Here's Gay. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 4 assists in the game.
3 straight hoops in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
Yeah, no excuse for giving up the easy, fast break baskets like they have. They've got to do a better job of engaging there.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Now the dish to Curry. Rondo with the steal. The drive by Cousins. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Kings lead by 21. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Kings.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
They get it back.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
From 12 feet out. Gay right side. Shoots over Curry. Here's Cousins. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Stolen by Bergeron. And the Warriors miss again. Sacramento leading by 21. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Casper. And it's Bellinelli in for Rajon Rondo.
Cauley Stein.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Quincy Acey's checked in for Sacramento. Curry comes in for Rudy Gay.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I think there's actually a buzzer to beat. Man, that is a great move off the baseline and a big-time play at the basket.
Fantastic reverse dunk, Clark. Had to get up high for that one.
And I tell you what, that's the kind of play that could really spark a team.
That free throw, no good.
At the line for your Kings, Darren Collison.
Good on the second free throw. A minute 20 left here in the fourth quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Sacramento.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for DeMarcus Cousins. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Here's Thompson. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. That's good from Collison.
at the line for two.
And both free throws good for Darren Collison. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Goes up to the stripe. Green missing again. Bellinelli with the three. Rebound by Anderson Varejao. Thompson from long range. Count it. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
The entire NBA season came down to one game. This is Fast Break on NBA.
On the dance floor, and forget about you. I lose myself in flashing colors. I've got to see it through. You're so much. I take you never over. Should we even care at all? You're so much, so much. Let's shake hands and say good. close my eye, I lift my head, blinded by the sky. Feel my way in front, following the sound. It moves away so fast, fall down to the ground. I know there's more to come. Jump back to my feet. Now I only see ahead of me, chasing down the street.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And tonight, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And LeBron James last season got some MVP votes, and while he didn't come away with the award, I think, Kenny, that most would consider him the best player in the league, if not the world.
Well, he's the most difficult player to guard or have a game plan for. Nobody can really take over a game like he does, and the problem that you have with LeBron is who guards him, what position you put on him.
You know, any team that LeBron is on is considered a title contender, and you can't say that about anyone else in the league, so that's why he's the MVP every year.
Now let's send it down to Kevin Hart.
We're live, the home of the Rockets in wonderful Houston, Texas. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke.
Ready to go? Ready to go?
Tip-off goes to Houston. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Tristan Thompson is out there with Kevin Love, and it's Irving in at the point guard position. Playing alongside James Harden, a lot less pressure, too, on Dwight Howard to carry the load offensively these days. It's certainly, Clark, made things easier for him.
Not only easier, I think it's been more comfortable for him as a secondary scorer. Rolling to the rim, crashing the offensive glass, those are things he can do at a high level for a lot longer, I think.
Feeds to Ariza. Back to Howard. Houston moving it around. Harden. No good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Here's Smith. Tries again. And the layup is up and in.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Harden inside the three-point line. Another miss by Harden. Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. Here's Irving. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Here's Irving. Stolen by Beverly. Harden right side. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
And, you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
Kept alive, Thompson, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Just an innate ability to rebound the basketball and then make the defense pay.
Harden against Smith. It's Harden with the drive. That's good. Harden's got 8 points.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Irving, kicks it out to James, and stolen by Howard. Here's Harden. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Now here's Irving. Harden missing his last shot. Here's Smith. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. And last season, GA, as you were talking about, that Howard was out, Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt them inside, but also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. That is his first foul of the game. J.R. Smith on the wing, covered by Brewer. Thompson with the bucket.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Ariza no luck. Cavaliers have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Here is Brewer following the score by Cleveland. Outside Howard. Another miss by Houston.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key.
For the Rockets, Cabela's checked in, and it's McDaniels in for Trevor Ariza. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's James. Fry at the elbow. Tries from 10. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Here's Shumpert. A shot by LeBron, no good.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense. You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Here's Dellavedova. Michael Beasley picking up that last basket. No good from Fry.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Did not need 2 hands for that slam.
You know, he can save the other hand for the next time.
One will do just fine.
Yeah, but just to switch it up a little bit.
Now here's Shumpert. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Rockets trail by 3. Here's McDaniels. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
So it's the Cavaliers now, following the score by Houston. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Brewer.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Here's LeBron. He feeds it to Fry. This one for 3. Offensive rebound. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Rockets on top, finishing the quarter on a tremendous. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves. It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
That's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Monty Eunice is checked in for Houston. Patrick Beverly comes in for Jason Terry. And Cleveland also making a change. Thompson's checked in.
Listen, James Harden, clearly the front runner for the best shooting guard in the NBA. Arguably in the conversation for the best player in our league. And listen, he's a league leader in scoring a season ago. He's a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
And it's Ariza in the corner. And the rejection by Smith.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark, no doubt about it. And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
And James Harden really an offense unto himself, as Greg was just talking about. They had a stat which combined three-pointer made and three-point makes created with the pass. Harden was first, and Clark, it wasn't even close.
Well, that was a mouthful in terms of breaking down those analytics, but I tell you what, he does a great job of attacking and finding teammates for threes. I can put it simply that way.
Love at the elbow. And a wide-open look for Irving. Second shot opportunity. Thompson misses. Rockets trail by 3. Fires the 3. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Ariza. 14 points for James Harden.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter. His 3rd overall.
Thompson, a screen on Harden. Dellavedova dishes to Thompson. And Love gets it to go. Love's got 5 now.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. The three from Harden. Kept alive by Houston. Howard, the pass to Harden. Montiunas kicks to Harden. Drains the three-pointer. He's got 17.
They need to get somebody on him. They got to cover him like a blanket. He's killing them from outside this period. Hitting his third of the second quarter there.
Love with the screen on Harden. Dellavedova, an easy layup after coming off the pick. Dellavedova's got his first points in this one. Houston's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Clark, last season we saw Montiunas make some nice strides.
Yeah, big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. And both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Michael Beasley. He's checked in for Howard. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's McDaniels in for James Harden. And then for Cleveland, Mozgov. He's checked in for Love. James comes in for J.R. Smith. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Matthew Dellavedova.
And Montiunas actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets looked to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
The quick look, no good that time.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that run.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and it's Terry in for Patrick Beverley. Channing Frye's checked in for the Cavaliers.
And Montiunas is a very confident player. I think where he can still improve is his rebounding and defensive impact. With a 7-foot frame, he's got to learn to play like a 7-footer. And they continue to add to their lead. They might be ready to pull away.
No surprise from my end. I mean, they've been really good, and they're looking even better at this moment. Now, that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They're crashing the offensive glass hard, too. I mean, they've dropped in several second-chance baskets.
And stolen by Irving. And here we go. Shumpert into the hoop.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. And it's going to go on Iman Shumpert. For Houston, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
The pass to Mozgov. Off the pick. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
Another miss by Houston.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
And you know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
The Cavaliers have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And, you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
That one misses.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
Outside Irving, James. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. Cleveland shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
2 shots.
Free throw, good from Fry. And both free throws good for Fry. And we've reached halftime.
Guys, over here with Tristan Thompson. And Tristan, tell us what the primary area of emphasis is for the team right now and for you specifically.
You know, his defense is going to win.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. The second quarter was where they really opened things up. They were by far the stronger team, both defensively and when they had the ball. Their 13-point halftime lead, no accident. And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the...
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
What a performance from Harden here. He has 17 points, and he's drained 4 3-pointers here as well.
And with more to come, you know, it wouldn't hurt to keep getting him the basketball.
Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. And it's Ariza in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Harden gets the bucket.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
The Cavaliers leading by 12.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
And it's Smith penetrating, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat and remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott questioned his desire. Guys go about their work in different manners.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
The wide open look for Love. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. That's 7 points for Kevin Love. LeBron James, by many surveys, and no surprise here, GA, the most popular athlete in America.
I mean, the highest paid player in the league. And you know what? He deserves it. This guy has really carried the mantra as the face of our game, as well as anybody. And I tell you what, people now are starting to acknowledge.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Kyrie Irving. And there's the call on Howard. That is his first foul of the game. And so here's Cleveland. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Thompson. He has 9 rebounds, and he's made some good decisions with the basketball, too.
And being smart with the ball like he's been today, Clark, I think it's critical for him and them. He should repeat that every game.
And he sinks the second.
And, you know, for LeBron, he's blazed a trail as far as his business empire is concerned. He gave his childhood friends a chance to manage his affairs. Many thought it was a huge mistake, but he's doing quite well with the guys that he chose.
And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
And he finishes nicely on the layup. LeBron's got 9 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Dellavedova.
And for LeBron, he said he'd like to be a billionaire. It's his ambition to have an influence that goes beyond the game. And guys, he is certainly on his way. Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now, and Harden comes to help. LeBron dishes to Smith. Back to LeBron. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, it's gone back and forth for a while here, but they're really starting to push out. They're looking good right now.
Harden inside the three-point line. Harden missing again.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Well, I tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the 6th best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Cavs were very strong against the West. 18-12 record for them overall, second only to the Hawks in the East.
And they really turned it on against the West from mid-January on. How about going 14-1 in the West in their last 15 matchups, and that included a 10-game win streak against the West.
Pass to Dellavedova for 3. Dwight Howard pulls it in.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Houston making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. Channing Frye's checked in for the Cavaliers. Jumper comes in for Smith. No one near James as he lets it go. No good from outside. Houston's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Howard wide open. And another 3 for Houston.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Cavaliers.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and Corey Brewer's subbed in for James Harden. And then for Cleveland, Mozgov comes in for Thompson, and Irving subbed in for James. Timeout called the Rockets. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs.
And, you know, for Houston's wins at home, a lot of it had to do with their three-point shooting. I mean, they shot an average of 35% from behind the arc at home, but kept their opponents to under 30% on the year in Houston.
Houston's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3.
And guys, this is what makes Houston so good and why they've been so good for so long. In the last 31 seasons, they've only had 2 losing seasons. Only team in the league to do that.
The drive by Shumpert, and he gets the bucket. Shumpert's got 6.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
That's tipped. There's 42 seconds left to play in the third. The Rockets really having a tough go here. Beasley for 3. It's hauled in by Fry.
And sometimes he can hit that deep 3, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Irving, a good look. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Brewer. And the shot falls short this time.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
It's Terry outside. The putback is no good. Dellavedova, no good. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Cavaliers on top, opening up a huge gap. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return.
Go off when I enter the building.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And here's Houston. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. They've got Mozgov, Channing Frye out there with James Jones. Then it's Williams. And it's Shumpert in at the 2-guard spot. And the basket by Jones.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
McDaniels off the mark and a bad shot there.
They better clear a spot on the bench for him because that's where he's headed if he continues to take shots like that.
And I would venture to say, Greg, it would be the last spot on the bench as well.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Brewer. Picked by Mozgov. There's the screen. Outside jumper. Back to Williams. Takes the 3. That's good.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
McRae's checked in for Cleveland. For 3, Fry, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Capella. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots, and James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year.
Yeah, another turnover, but guys, on the whole, I think they've done a great job of running their offense without too many miscues. Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Monteunice is checked in for Houston. Terry kicks to Monteunice. The dish to McDaniels. From beyond the arc and then some.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
Passes it to Fry. Here's Mozgov. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Well, we know the Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
Terrence Jones is checked in for Josh Smith. Mozgov hits them both.
And credit to the Cavs for going out and getting Mozgov. I mean, they paid a hefty price giving up the 2 first-rounders, but thus far he's proved to be worth it.
Monteunice passes to Terry. Ariza kicks to Monteunice. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's McDaniels. Percentage look for him.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And the Mozgov trade, guys, for the Cavs, I think can be viewed as their big turning point in the season. He completely changed the defense of their team. He was that missing piece of the puzzle.
Williams attacking, and Jones sends it back. To the inside. It's stolen by Jones. Williams with the ball. Right wing for 3. Fry. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. Houston's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Fry, good.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Kevin, he's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. The time running low, he'd be better off trying something else. Another bucket in the paint, that's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
So for the Rockets, Capella's checked in, and it's Brewer in for Trevor Ariza. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Shumpert is checked in for Channing Frye. And the foul on Jason Terry. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Jefferson's checked in.
Rockets foul call. That's his 2nd personal foul.
And that one falls for Jones.
You know, you've got to like the fact that they're getting to the line. And on top of that, they're making their free throws in this half. That bodes well going forward.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Cavaliers.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Thompson. He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
Well, and of course, Mo Williams, Clark, shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age. Probably his most productive season since his early 20s.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Down low. Stolen by Terry. Here's Capella, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Whoa, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
Yeah, it's always a good win when you play the kind of game they have played tonight. I mean, especially, though, when you get it done on the road. That's a special, special feeling there.
And Cleveland can just let the clock run down here. And K.J. McDaniels gets the whistle that time. That will get him his fourth foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for two.
At the line for the Rockets.
Free throw, good. Shumpert.
At the line for two.
And both free throws good for Shumpert. And so here is Houston. Inside, here's Smith, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Josh Smith. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Line for the Rockets. Mo Williams. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And so he hits both. Terry misses. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
Kevin, you guys had a tremendous...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Tristan Thompson. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.